Hey, well, good morning, 11th grade health class. Mr. Miner sitting here in a very empty classroom. I wanted to fill you in with a little bit of a study guide and what I'm thinking on with the test that is going to be on Tuesday of this week. And it's all about the advertising, the tobacco advertising that we've gone over this week. And it will be a multiple choice test. And I don't know how many questions that, but I really want to look at this and understand. I want you to understand about the tobacco advertising. And the central goal, of course, of tobacco advertising was to reduce any kind of youth exposure. And what the government has had to do was step in and regulate the tobacco advertising. Excuse all the messages I'm getting and everything. And I think what we saw over this week was they wanted to attract the youth, knowing that the older smokers would die off. So what better to do than to bring in the younger people? And these people wanted, like the advertising that they were doing, they were attracting the youth. We saw the numbers, and it is very big. The ads displayed characters who exhibited the traits that were important or are important to youth even today. The rebellious youth, a youth that's wanting peer acceptance, different things like that. And we found out this week that there was regulatory actions to limit the scope of tobacco advertising in the U.S. Starting in 1970 with the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act. It banned advertising for cigarettes on television and radio. Okay, you don't see that today. Then we move on to the Master Settlement Agreement in 1998, banned the use of cartoon characters in advertising and promotional materials. I know I shared a video with you with the Flintstones, and I know there were several more out there that were advertising smoking, attracting the children. Hey, if my favorite cartoon character smokes and like it, then what's so bad about it? It also banned most outdoor advertising, billboards, signs in arenas, stadiums, at the mall, video arcades were big. Limited advertising outside retail establishments. It banned transit advertising, being on buses or vehicles that had advertising painted on the side of the vehicle there. Banned distribution and sale of apparel and merchandise with brand name logos. Not very long ago, you could get ball caps, you could get t-shirts, coats, whatever it was, with your favorite tobacco company there. It also banned paid product placement in entertainment, being television and movies. And we see that even today with certain products, and I discussed that in the PowerPoint. If you watch your favorite movie and the star picks a certain product off the shelf, it's placed there for reasons. They have paid the movie company to have that product very prominent there. It's a very lucrative way to have advertising on a very big scale, especially if the movie is a popular movie or a popular television show. Then we moved on to the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Act of 2009, and that gave the Food and Drug Administration the authority to regulate the manufacturing and the distribution and the advertising of the tobacco products, both cigarettes and the smokeless. That wasn't very long ago. They enforced the brands to eliminate the light or mild type of tobacco that the people were smoking. That was no longer allowed to be put on the package. Banned sponsorship of concerts or sporting events. We still have very large events when we're not under these guidelines with the pandemic that have sponsorships, and they sponsor them because it's a way that they advertise. They feel that they're going to hit their target group of people who they're trying to get. and that was banned for tobacco. Now I have seen, and as we go into next week, we're going to see advertising with the alcohol. We're going to look at it just as we've looked at it with cigarettes. I have seen some concert events and that's sponsored by different alcohol companies. Also, it banned all outdoor tobacco advertising with 1,000 feet of schools and playgrounds. Okay, they cannot put any signs or any placards or anything up within 1,000 feet of the school. Limited advertising in publications with significant teen readership, as well as point of sale advertising, except for adult-only facilities. There had to be only black and white text, and every advertisement had to have the Surgeon General's little, advertisement on the side of the packet, how dangerous cigarette smoking was. Family Smoking Prevention Tobacco Control 2009, it limited retail advertising for tobacco products, reduced the number of tobacco advertising that was allowed actually in the store, which I think I explained in the PowerPoint. I'm kind of surprised because I still see a great number of advertising, especially around where they have the cigarettes displayed and everything, and it's just plastered with brightly colored posters and cutout figures and all different stuff like that. It's limited the size of tobacco ads at retail outlets there, and they couldn't be like full-size people advertising. You may walk into a store today and see like a NASCAR driver, for example, advertising a alcohol product or something like that, or any kind of advertisement for any product. They took that away with this restricted. They restricted or eliminated display of so-called power walls of tobacco products at retail outlets. Just a huge wall, the entire wall of nothing but tobacco products, advertisements, and things like that. And they included more prominent anti-smoking advertisement, radio, television, magazines, media, any type there. And also they had to start advertising that in the retail locations, that smoking was very bad. And that basically sums it up. It's going to be all multiple choice, and it shouldn't be very difficult. Just study off of your PowerPoint there. I think we'll once you read it, it will jump off and you answer the test without any problems. Well, I hope you have a very good day, and I'll be getting back with you here. I have some alcohol videos I'm going to put up, and we'll discuss what we're starting on Wednesday after we take the test with the alcohol. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.